Mortgage affordability and rental affordability are said to be the key drivers in the real estate market. As of 2014, there were only about 22,000 mortgages in the whole country that was worth about 164 billion shillings, representing an 11% increase from the previous year. Some of the factors that affect demand for houses include income, demographics, access to mortgages, as well as preferences. And now to further share this conversation with us, we are joined by the Chief Executive Officer for PRC Limited, that is Brian Gashari. Thank you so much for joining us. A lot is happening in the real estate industry, and right now we can actually say it's quite getting the competition as well. There's increased uptake, though it's still very low when it comes to mortgages. But what would you say are the latest trends in real estate today?
Okay. Some of the latest trends is that there's a lot of developers are now going for the middle to lower middle market. That's a market that was ignored for a very, very long time, but you're seeing a lot more financiers and developers going for that market, because that market is quite big, and we don't have many products that are geared or targeted to that market.
Right. Yeah. So in the real estate industry as well, we are seeing a good number of investors who are targeting, different markets. How are you as a PRC, setting yourselves, giving yourselves that, identity and unique niche to make sure that you satisfy your customers?
Okay, PRC has built. We mostly sell land. That's how the business grew. So we would buy large chunks of land at strategic places, Nanyuki, Naivasha, Nakuru, and subdivide that and sell that. And mostly our core business has been based on that. We are currently looking and moving towards development with a new project coming in Katani, and that should start in about August of this year. So that's something that we are very, very excited. We're also looking at single bedroom dwelling units at either Nairobi West or somewhere around Gong Road, that we could target investors who can buy and then rent it out, because there's also a huge appetite for those bed sitters and single, like one bedroom units.
All right, so seeing as maybe the capital's market might be a little bit saturated, does this explain why you are going out of Nairobi and investing in all of these other areas or these counties around the country? And if yes, why or what is the uptake for these other areas around the country?
One of the biggest reasons why we move outside Nairobi is to do with price. Property around Nairobi is very, very expensive, and within the suburbs of Nairobi it's also slowly becoming quite expensive. That's Kitengela, Kikuyu, and places that were not as expensive before. So what our market is, your middle to lower middle market, and we need to buy the products or land at an affordable price to be able to share that saving to our clients. So we are looking at different counties. Nakuru is a huge county for us, where our products really move very, very fast in Nakuru, and certain other towns that have a huge appetite of buying land, and those are the towns we're focusing on at the moment.
According to Saiton's report in regard to real estate, they actually say there's now increased appetite for, offices, or do I say office blocks, wanting to use residentials as their office space. Is this the same trend outside of Nairobi City, or it's just only for us here in the Central Business District?
I think it's mostly, like, our main office is actually set in a residential property, and it offers a couple of things. One, you've got a lot more parking, because parking is a big element. By the time you either lease or buy an office complex, you have to either buy parking, and a lot of our staff now drive cars, so that's one of the advantages of doing that. Outside Nairobi, there's a lot of parking, And I think it still has not yet moved towards residential as it has in Nairobi or Mombasa.
All right. Seeing as you are an investor in real estate, you know, there were some announcements that were made by the Cabinet Secretary for National Treasury regarding real estate investment. Do you think it is a good thing that, you know, you're going to be given some sort of relief for every 1,000 units that you put up? And how many units can you put up in a year?
Yes. I think the number should have possibly gone down. 1,000 units is quite a lot of number. If we are looking at about 200 to 300, that's the sort of numbers that a lot of developers can be able to do that. So we welcome the relief, but we'd hope that the numbers would actually go down from the 1,000 that were mentioned to possibly about 200 to 100 would be very good, and there'd be a lot of more people or investors getting into it.
What are the current challenges you experience or you have as an investor in real estate? Does it have a lot to do with land, or is it just dealing with the government processes?
I think the number one, if you're a developer, if you're a land selling company, the core thing is land. Land is your core product. If you're to do affordable housing, your cost of land is very, very key. So land is our number one problem or challenge when it comes to doing that. But over the years, as PRC, we've been able to understand the land market and how to buy land. We have a group of lawyers, both internal and external, and a couple of surveyors and we are able to verify before purchasing any property.
All right. Well, thanks a lot, Brian. It was an honor speaking to you about the current real estate trends as well as value addition in real estate. Brian Gashari is the Chief Executive Officer for PRC Limited. Now,